HarperCollins and Harper Audio present Hazel's Theory of Evolution by Lisa Jenn Bigelow, performed by Kathleen Mcinerney. Chapter 1. Mom said to think positive because the first face I saw at Finley might belong to my first new friend. I don't think she was accounting for the giant bronze fish statue on the lawn. The bus stopped right in front of it. I almost lost an eye on its harpoon. I figured it was a brook trout, Michigan state fish. It looked dim-witted, the kind of fish that swam wherever the current took it, never wondering what lay past the next bend, never suspecting its life could change in a splash, until a heron's beak broke the surface and skewered it like a marshmallow, at which point, of course, it was too late. Not that this was its fault, it was who it was. But at that moment, I hated that fish. It was stuck staring at a swarm of pimply kids for all eternity, and didn't even seem to mind. The plaque at its base said Finley Middle School, home of the fighting fish. Yeah, right. I wished I could take a selfie with it and send it to Mom. Here's me and my new bestie. The truth was, I wasn't planning to make friends at Finley. First, because if the past 8 years were any indication, the probability was low, so why waste my energy? Second, because I didn't need more friends. I had Becca. Sure, she was at my old school, but since there was only one high school in our county, all I had to do was make it through the year, and we'd be together again. It was too bad humans couldn't hibernate. I'd hug myself like a bat slumbering through the coldest, darkest days of winter, a do not disturb sign hanging at the entrance of my cozy cave. Instead, my plan for this year was to do my best imitation. I'd function at the most basic level, going to class, doing my homework. But as far as other people were concerned, I'd be deep asleep. Then, come next summer, I'd awake, refreshed, stretch my wings, and fly to high school, as if 8th grade had never happened. Right now, I felt anything but refreshed. The bus ride had left me as sticky as a caramel oozing in someone's pocket, collecting lint. My hair frizzed around my face, where my elastic didn't quite hold it back. My glasses steamed. I'd worn a button-down shirt and jeans because Mom said they made me look grown up. But I wished I'd gone with my gut and worn my usual t-shirt and cutoffs. I hiked up my backpack and let the stream of kids wash me into the brick building. School was a half day, so the teachers had barely enough time to introduce themselves, take roll, and go over our plan for the fall. That's what they always called it, our plan for the fall, even though syllabus would have been more efficient and precise, before the next bell rang. Some kids seemed to notice I was new, but when I didn't make eye contact, they lost interest. I trudged from class to class, sat quietly at my desk, and kept an eye on the clock. In other words, everything was going according to my own plan for the fall, until my last class. The first problem was getting there. My schedule said it was in room T4, but I spent all of passing period without finding it, or any other room labeled with T. The bell rang before I finally found it, at the end of a long hallway in the basement, past the cafeteria, along with the woodshop, art studio, and family and consumer science room, with its rows of kitchenettes and sewing machines. Apparently, T stood for technology. Maybe Finley's idea of health and human development involved brain implants and robotic limbs. My brother Rowan would love that. I slid into the room, and for the first time all morning,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?